Hello, weirdos and weirdettes. Happy Weird Wednesday to you. It's me, Haunted. Today we're going to be working on the uh, Lin Lee. Lin Ly. I'm not exactly 100% certain on the pronunciation. I think it's Lin Lee. Model, the Storyteller model. These are the New 10 Thunders Master, the title form. And I love Asian themed models, so I'm excited to paint this one. Lin Lee, okay, cool. All right. Hey, Llama, thank you. Welcome in. Waldos, say hi to the weirdos too. Waldos too. Gotcha. All right. So first things first, let's start with some flesh tones, shall we? What do we want to do? We're going to go with a little dark on this to start with. I know it's a little strange, but that's what we're going to try. This particular paint has some nice coverage, so we're going to use it. Malefic Flesh. Now, granted, she's not a demon or anything like that, but like I said, coverage. And it'd be a good base for the other. So that's what we're going to start with. Should have dumped out my water. I forgot to do that today. Whoopsie doopsie. The good thing is not totally swamp water because we only used it for one stream. I've been trying to do better about keeping it clean. Man, when I first started painting though, that stuff, you could stick your brush in it and the brush would stay sticking straight up. It was swampy. I guess I've always been a value of heart. All right, so we got that hand in there based. Now, prior to stream, we were having a discussion about Lin Lee's footwear. We're looking into the design of it because it seems to me like she has some sort of shin guard or really large split in the boots. There is a very definite line here from the tip of the toe all the way up her shin on both sides of the leg. So we're looking into what is intended. So before I get to those, so we will definitely not be messing with her feet tonight. Glitter. Not this time, Mama. Not this time. This is going to be interesting painting her face with these glasses. Because most of the glasses up till now have been solid. And these are just a frame so that you can actually paint the eyes behind them. So that's going to be very interesting. Seeing if I can do that, if I am capable of doing that. Probably, definitely not with this brush for sure, because this thing is like painting with a fire hose. But yeah, gonna be interesting seeing what we can do. Kind of looks like Maz right now from Force Awakens. Got those big old glasses going on. I thought she was a cool character. I really wish we'd seen more Maz. More her, less of Ray. All right. Yeah, I like that. It's a good bass tone there. Good. All right. Where is the next color I want to hit? It's hiding. Hold on. It might be. It is. It's in my paint rack, folks. Way over here. So give me just a minute. Slide in, grab it. I have no idea why these flesh tones were way over there. Okay. Whew. That was a bad stretch. All right, let's get some. This is our shadow color, tanned shadow. Now we're basically going to be covering everything that's not in direct shadow with this color. All right, this is going to be our base for all top colors. I did the other because this is a very thin paint and it takes like 40, 50 coats to cover. So we did the other first as a base, and then this will go over and we'll say cover all the fleshy bits that are visible. Did not get quite down in there on the on that cheek, on the like the back of the back of the jaw here. Didn't quite go beyond that. Here we go. That's kind of where I was wanting it. See, even over that nice base coat, it's still kind of streaky. Still probably going to need another coat. I'm going to go ahead and color in the recess in the eyes right now. We'll have to get those as well. Give that a sec to dry, and then we'll come back and work on that face just a second longer. All right. Let me see. For box, we're probably going to be working with some blues here. We're going to be hitting dark Prussian, possibly. That's a little on the dark side. We have cookies. Let's see here. Kind of bring some of my blues over and pick and choose what we're going to use. We got I don't have a color that really approximates that dark print on there. The Periscopes or Thousand Suns is probably going to be the closest we'll get to that. and then we can work with that there. I think that's going to be our colors right now. So now our face paint should be dry, so we'll move those back over. Weird hobby, if you're around, I think we need just a wee bit of focus in this area. If you can manage it. There we go. Thank you. All righty. So we got that down. That's our base coat there on the flesh. Then we're going to hit up some regular tan skin. This stuff needs a lot of shaking. I probably should have done this before stream. Other things were needed first. A little more shake. I don't have a mixing ball in there. That's part of the problem. Those are always handy. And if you don't want to buy the ones specifically for paints because they are kind of expensive, just go on Amazon. This is a helpful hint to you, okay? If you want to get paintballs, but you don't want to use those expensive ones on Amazon, like hobby sites and stuff, just go on Amazon and pick up hematite beads. Hematite is non-reactive, so it will not freak out in your paint, cause rust spots or anything like that. You can get stainless steel. Stainless steel does have different grades though, and not every grade is, as the name says, stainless. So just be wary. Now, I did have a viewer test this with Army Painter because I said, Army Painter is kind of like what I call a budget brand. And it's like, so be careful with those shaker balls. And so he did a test. He kept it in a corrosive solution for over a year, and they never changed. So I feel like Army Painter's actually safe. But you do have to be careful with stainless steel because there are some that are not, as their name implies, totally stainless. If you had done it before the stream, we'd been missing the sloppy. Yeah. Or we plan. As far as I know, we're still on for Friday, unless you're changing plans. Well, like I said, we're still on for Friday as far as I can tell. I feel like we need a little more like contrast between these tendons in the back of the hand. Just don't think it's enough. Probably should have left that first color down there. It would actually work pretty good. Oh, you're going to have to. Oh, no. Mama, you're getting as bad as me. In fact, you've replaced me. I was the one that was always canceling for plans. Okay. I'm trying to get those delineated here a little bit. Welcome to my world, Llama. All right. All right. Well, at least you can say I tried this time. Not on me. I tried twice. Don't worry about fall. I'm just saying at least I tried. That's all I'm getting at. Because usually, like I said, it's usually me. Usually I'm the one that has something come up because my life's so stupid. All right. Oh, still want to work on the gator book? Nice. Now I want to mix a little bit of Screamer Pink with our fleshy tones. We're going to see. I'm going to switch into my goggles here. See if we can do some lips here. Okay, here we go. You fill in that little bottom lip there a little bit. Yeah. Hey, Virik. Yeah, she's a pretty little model. I really dig her. They kind of screw up on the lip, so we got to do a little correction here. Have you been playing this keyword? If so, I could definitely use some pointers. Or are you just talking about from an artistic standpoint? Because it's beautiful from that standpoint too. I've actually got, once we finish up her, I've actually got the story box to work on. We'll start with Raijin, and then we'll go to Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, which is awesome because I've done like 3 or 4 reports on the Monkey King over my years in school because he's just such a fascinating set of literature and character. I love him. So, and I just finished up watching American Born Chinese the other night. It's definitely made for kids, but I still enjoyed it. The fight scenes are straight out of like kung fu theater, which I used to watch religiously when I was younger. I mean, a little better choreographed, but still, the flying and fighting in the air stuff, definitely 100% right out of kung fu theater. Or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I guess. That would probably be another one that did it. But yeah, watched it. There is a huge plot hole that they just smooth right over. If you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Artistically, it appeals to you. Yeah, very. That's. I mean, I love anything Asian themed, anyways. Which is funny because I don't have a whole lot of 10 Thunders. I have this keyword. Well, most of this keyword now, and I have last blossom, lotus blossom. I have Masaki's keyword, and that's it. I have 2 keyword. Well, I have Mei Fang, so I do have 3 10 Thunder keywords. But mostly, if I'm playing Mei, she's mostly Arcanist anyway. So I've technically only have 2 10 Thunders. It's kind of funny. I do plan on collecting them at some point. I got too covered up, too many keywords, and the 10 Thunders are the ones I want to put a lot of time into. Really make them look good. And I'm not sure I'm ready to paint another Qi and Gong set. After doing the kimonos twice, I'm pretty well done on those. But I do want to put some time into them when I do get around to them. So, hey Crow, how are you doing? Welcome in. I actually watched it. Well, it was on Danger Planet, right? They had Boring Conversation in as a guest. And we're getting that tan highlight out. We'll work with it a bit. What color are we going to do her glasses? Let's see. They're not really colored on the box. They're like silver. They're too small to really do a convincing non-metallic metal silver. So why don't we do them something that pops, like red or orange? No problem, Vic. Go get your D4 on. That is one game I will not be playing. But I know a lot of people are hyping about it. I could care less. Wow, really? I'm sorry, guys. I can't get to it to turn it off. Here we go. Sorry about that. I will do some happy painting. Thank you, Vic. And there's a voicemail. Okay. 2, not so much. Diablo 3, very little. Yeah, I like 2. I played 2. I played 1 and 2. 3, I could care less about. Like I maybe got level 13, I think, on my Death Knight or whatever the hell it was called, and that was all. That was all I could handle. I was done. But I hope the D4 exceeds your expectations, man. I'll be honest. The only reason I played D3 was because it got given to me by Blizzard. So it's the only reason I played it. Probably I wouldn't have touched it otherwise. Does anybody else play the Diablo stuff? I'm anxiously just waiting on another expedition for No Man's Sky. That's what I'm waiting on. I like the expeditions. The game has kind of lost appeal for just unless you just want to do some time sink stuff, like waste time without being having to do a lot. I mean, it's low key. In other words, you don't have to worry about the threat of death or stuff like that. It's very bad. So you play 2, 3 in the alpha of 4. All right. 2 a lot. Hear good things about 4. Really? All right. Well, maybe Llama, I'll take a look at some gameplay. Watch Twitch after I get off stream here and see what the gameplay looks like. I may give it a try. And you haven't played since you were younger, but recently played a game that was similar, but Southeast Asian theme. Ooh, very cool. Yeah, I think that's part of it. It's just that style of game is just kind of fallen to more. It's just something my younger self would like. That's why I didn't get into the newer ones. Okay, let's get some eyeballs down in there. Some ivory, some ebony, and kind of close to box art. I don't have anything anywhere close to those blues on there, but we're gonna try like this is our dark pattern base color. The periscopes kind of blue green, and then maybe work with some Thousand Suns, and then this will be like our lighter color, the Adriatic blue. But yeah, I'm a big fan of turquoise. It's just not one I have, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to kind of work around it. I could probably like mix them, but I don't want to do that. Just for consistency's sake, it's just easier if I don't. Okay. See if we can come in here with this color, where this flat brown. Gonna be honest, I wish I had me some very detailed brushes going on for her face. This brush is just not up to snuff anymore. Oh, sorry, I'm kind of quiet. Just trying to get this filled in here. Not the easiest when you're trying to do detail work to talk. Just about there. Okay, now we're going to come in and work that flash back in around the brown lining. Okay. Now, let's do put that flash highlight here on the nose. A little nostril there. Okay. A little bit on the cheek. And then on the chin. And we'll do start on the glasses. Hey, Bastille, how are you doing? Welcome in. Mm-hmm. Ah. Oh, no. Wipe out and turn 4. Man. Was it just poor flips, bad decisions, wrong master for the pool? What happened? With you saying a wipeout, sounds like you just got overwhelmed and lost too many models. Oof. Cards gave you a hard time, and first, oh well, I mean, first time playing title is going to be you're going to have a learning curve with that too, just like you do with any other crew. I mean, first time you play a keyword, you're going to lose for the first 10 times, right? Or damn near it. So, I mean, playing a new master is kind of like reinventing the way the keyword works. So, that's 100% understandable, man. And of course, cards giving you a hard time makes it that much more difficult. So, that's my, that's, I'm not going to say 95% of it because I'm obviously not very good at the game, but my cards really do. They just screw me 10 ways to Sunday. They, they are horrible. The only time I had my cards be good to me was I was playing a new player, but they had they'd had a demo game. They were playing their crew for the first time. I was playing Ophelia 2 for the first time, and I just wiped the board with him. Now, granted, Ophelia 2, she can be pretty strong, especially pre errata. And I did not know that Francois had been errataed. I had the old card in my deck by mistake. So he was still kind of strong, and I tabled him by like turn 3. So I was like, ooh. it was not a game I wanted to win like that because granted he was a new player. Granted, I'm kind of technically a new player, but he definitely was. And I did not want to table him like that. The first couple duels, and I was kicking those out. I was like, yeah, this is nice. And by the third model deleted, I was starting to say, I'm sorry. I sounded like I was Canadian. I got one god action. Misaki buried a totem and he jumped up and killed both the totem and the guild steward. Whoa. Sweet. Yeah, those are the ones you remember. And Gracie and Bert and Francois were definitely my heroes in that game. Ophelia too, but Gracie did some work, man. Got all over the flesh again, which is going to have to redo that. Well, that's the important part. Yeah, I mean, if you had a good time, don't sweat the loss of the game. I mean, I'll be honest, I get super duper frustrated losing so much, so it isn't as much fun. At the same time, I don't want to win by wipeout like I did, especially versus a new person, because I don't want to chase them off. Right? That's not the way you want to introduce somebody to the game. That's what almost happened to me. I ended up, my first game was versus one of those Polish guys on Vassal, those guys that play in the Malifaux World Cup all the time. And he just came out for blood. Even though it was, quote, a learning game, all he taught me how to do was to get my teeth kicked in. There was literally no instruction, no guidance, nothing. Just, hey, delete this model. Yeah, bury that model. Okay. It was not fun. You talked with one of Tom's friends the other night, and he won the game handedly. Nice. I mean, generally, when you're teaching somebody, you kind of want to let them win. It gives them that. It gives them a little confidence. It also, gives them the encouragement to play again. I mean, if you just flat out stomp them, they're going to be a whole lot less likely to play the game again. He's a nice kid, had a lot of fun, and doesn't like confidence. Well, that can be a fault of mine. I can lack the confidence. Okay, I think we're done with the flesh and the eyes and shit. Finally, woo! Holy crap! Or at least done enough. We're going to start working on some of the other stuff now. I mean, I've seen that more here than anywhere in any other game. Bashil, that Malifaux community is really tight knit and um, friendly and try to help each other out, stuff like that. You don't see it that much with that other big game out there. Huh. I just noticed this notch here. I wonder if the book sets there. What goes there? Oh, maybe one of the pages clicks there for the book to set into. Okay. That's kind of strange. I did not even notice that when I was assembling her or priming her. go. This might have been a good one to just assemble entirely, pages and all. Like I said, I struggled with that page, those pages, trying to get that claw thing built. Oh my gosh. Trying to figure out the angle, the pieces so that would hit the base and hit the back of her shoe and kind of lock in place and hopefully bring the book up where it needs to be. Challenge. I think her pants are the same color, so we don't have to be too careful. Let's see. Who knew her pants are gray? Aha. Aha. Hoo hoo. Hee. Sliced bread. Howdy doody. How are you doing? Yes. Yeah, we switched up the days. Usually I do first and third Wednesday, but it's a holiday in Sweden, and there's a concert that Eleanor wanted to go to, so I switched places with her so that she could get her holiday and concert action on. So she'll be doing my Wednesday tomorrow. What do I play? Well, Baz, I haven't really stuck with any keyword for more than 2 or 3 games. Actually, the one I stuck with longest was Urami Karai 2. I stuck with that for 3 games. And I think that's the longest I've played a master. But it's actually a national holiday. Okay. I knew it was some sort of holiday in Sweden, and like I said, there was a concert of some sort that she wanted to go to. Didn't get all the details, but that was the main thing. Damien Raven core box should be arriving. Nice. We didn't finish him up. We still got to do the sword and his goggles, but otherwise he got done. Oh, and the wraps. Yeah, the wraps on his arm. So sword, goggles, and wraps. Almost finished him up. But what I really like to play is Bayou and Neverborn. Those are the 2 that I would quote like to say are my main. But I am going to be trying the story and Red Library keyword out shortly. Mainly because they're on my desk and I figure I'm painting them, I may as well, right? Pardon me, sorry. Okay, that belt is brown because it goes to that pack on her fanny pack. Okay. Looking forward to watching the painting videos. Are these going to be posted? They do typically get posted to YouTube. Not always the same day. Sometimes they're a few weeks behind or a few days behind. But lately they've been getting out, I think, the day of or the day after. Got some really intricate knot work. That's going to be real fun to paint around on the sleeves. When I first saw this, I thought this was actually open back, but it's not. It's just those like embroidered ropes coming down her back. They're just a lot thicker than I expected. So I thought they were supposed to be an opening. Hey, Darksaber, welcome in. How are you doing? But on the who do I play? I'd really like to get good with Pandora or Euripides. Maybe Titania too. I've got that, and Nikima. I've got her keyword. I mean, I've got basically all of them except for Lucius. I have almost the entire collection. Neverborn. I have almost the entire collection of Rezzers. The only one I don't have is the Transmortis keyword, which that will be rectified when that Rotten Harvest box comes out. I will buy that. I'm not going to buy Von Schill or Von Stuck. I didn't. One, he seemed like really overly complex. Plus, he's been hit by the errata like 3 times. I was just like not going to get him and wasn't bothering. But now that he's got a Rotten Harvest box, I got to buy him. You just learned about Malifaux today. Well, very cool, Darksaber. Glad to hear it. Welcome to the Malifaux weirdo family. And you know, I noticed. I just remembered. I greeted everybody with Happy Weird Wednesday because I'm so used to saying it. Whoops. Yeah, Pandora does look like a lot of fun. It's just I've not done really well with her. And granted, that's lack of reps and stuff like that. So it's nothing against her, obviously. She's fine. Where did you hear about it, Darksaber? And do you think you're going to be getting into it? What factions are you interested in? You bought the Bayou starter box. Fantastic. Great looking little set of models, man. You'll see. Oh God, what's her name? The one that does that push and heal thing. I think it's Bo Peep. Yeah, I think you're going to see Bo Peep in a lot of lists once you start collecting more. Yes, they can. Are we going to be getting another box for the new racers that are coming out eventually? Because I love that vulture. The turtle is pretty freaking cool too. The turtle on the big wheels, it's pretty sweet. But that vulture or condor or whatever it was sweet. So the pig had no more. That is very cool. Most people see Chompy Bits, the old Chompy Bits, or not the old one, but the second edition Chompy Bits, and that's what kind of pulls them in. He's like number one for bringing people in, I think. But that's cool that the Pigapult was your entry, your gateway drug. That's fantastic. It is a fun looking little model. I've got the I don't have the original. I mean, the actual Pigapult. I had the Easter version that has the rabbit in it with the eggs, the walking egg explosives or whatever. Stuffed pigs, yeah. Henchman who taught me to play used the Pigapult anytime he was doing a demo for that very reason. Nice. Well, I guess I mean if you're a Bayou player, that would definitely be one I'd try and include for sure, or will for sure. Now, I just got to get the original model. I think I don't know for Gremlins for me they're kind of title model, like the one that speaks to me most. It's a toss up between Ma and Gracie and Gregory and Olaf, because that one, straight up like Master Blaster from Beyond Thunderdome, Mad Max from Beyond Thunderdome. I love that model. So yeah, it's a toss up between those three for me as far as like what I would consider a key model for Bayou. Like if you're wanting to draw people in, those are my three that I would choose. But I will add the Pigapult to that list now. Pigs draw a lot of people into the Bayou. My first faction for them would be Ulix. Right. Yeah, Gracie does. Y'all remember that one that was posted not too, I guess it's been about a year, but one that was posted on Weird Place where somebody had painted the Union Jack flag on the teapot that's on her head. So good. I loved that picture. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, we got the base down there on that cloak. Let's get a little bit of darker action up in those crevasses. Might mix a little black with that too. Make it a little bit darker. We'll see. You have it? Look up Gregory and Olaf. It's not technically Mad Max, but to me it said Master Blaster from that Thunderdome movie. That's what I associate it with. Mm-hmm. These wraps for arms, are they different colors? They're dark like her pants. Okay, cool. And they show her wearing brown gloves. Fingerless gloves. I did not notice that. Did you see this? Fingerless gloves. Huh. Okay. Interesting. After I went through the trouble of painting Knuckles. Oh well. And I'm probably, because her pants are gray or charcoal color, I will probably paint the keys non-metallic gold rather than non-metallic silver, just for a little bit more distinction, a little more pop. Isn't that awesome? I'm glad you like it. I I, I saw that model. I was like, you know what? I'm not playing the keyword. I don't think I'll ever incorporate it. I don't care, but I'm going to buy it and paint that model. It was actually kind of on the list of things to do when I was painting Ma on stream here. But it seems like that right about the time I was finishing up Ma, um, it was Gen Con, so we had Gen Con models to come out to paint, and it just kind of got put on a back burner, and I hadn't come back to it. So at some point, if we run out of models to paint, I'll probably get back to Olaf. Because he looks like fun to paint, especially those knuckles on his hands, brass knuckles. Those being non-metallic metal will be fun. Okay. We'll have to actually extend that blue down just a wee bit on the elbow. I don't think I quite brought it down far enough. I don't know if it's been done before, but I am planning on the paper claw thing, on actually making the claw portion, the hand portion, since it's less pages, right? It's more skin. Actually painting it up like some sort of demonic flesh, kind of blending it into the paper. So we're probably going to do like a purple or red skinned hand here, and kind of have it faded into the paper, like the paper is becoming flesh. We'll probably work on that on next stream. I don't think we'll don't think we'll finish that on stream next time, because we still will have to finish her up. But that will be what we're going to, the plan is to do on it. Okay. We all know Asian hair is going to be black, but rather than doing black highlights, which is what or not black highlights, but blue highlights, which is what I used to do, I found using dark brown highlights works better, in my opinion, for Asian hair. The blue at this scale just kind of looks weird. So I tend to just do black with dark brown highlights. I did it with Asami when I painted the Oni keyword, and I really liked it. Up until that point, I'd always done black highlights. Blue highlights for black hair, and once I did Asami's, I've always done brown since. So let me know your thoughts on that, what you would prefer to see, or if you've thought about doing that brown. Had a little paint clog, a little water clogged that hole up there. I say paint, but it was more like paint water. I'm gonna do these beads in her hair. We'll do those like the milky green jade, not the bright green jade or the dark green jade, but the milky kind of color, the pastel green jade. All right. Ooh, we did not get her collar. We need to do that. I'm barely on screen. Sorry about that, guys. Just move over just a tad here. Yeah, there really is. I mean, there's a scratch for every itch in Malifaux. Anything you want, they pretty much have. You want zombies? Gotcha. You want big stompy bots? Gotcha. You want nightmares? Gotcha. I mean, just everything. Hell, if you want wrestlers, they gotcha. It's fantastic. I love the assortment of characters in Malifaux. Highway robbers reference. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wasn't even covering all of them, but yeah, I mean, some of the more obscure things. But yeah, all sorts of West. Oh, good Lord Almighty! That is the one disadvantage of using these glasses is um, it distorts your perception of where your brush is in relation to the model. So I just slapped black all over the back of her shirt. Um, that was a boo boo. Yeah, the local news crew. Yep, yep. I mean, just like I said, they have a scratch for every itch. Recently, within the last couple of years, they came out with the 1988. So you've got Cyberpunk even, which is very unusual considering the setting. All right, Mass. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. Hope to see you again. We'll be back week after next. I'll be back next week after next on Wednesday. But we'll have painters next week as well. And X News Cruise and News Cruise. I like that. That's awesome. Fantastic. The wordplay game is strong. Tony Lee, the Bruise Crew. God, this is beautiful. I love it. Keep it up, guys. First time he took Molly into Brewery, neurotoxins on her totem. It never really mattered to them. Ah. Get around that little elbow there. All righty, there we go. Getting that blue cut in finally. Okay, so now gonna do a small little correction here at the neckline. I kind of got a little cray with my black when I was bringing that hair in. In just a second. Okay. Things are starting to dry up. Fantastic. Okay. In Royjabiv colors, Roygbiv. You're going to have to explain that one to me. Rain, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Is that what that is? I was not playing. Like I said earlier, I was planning on doing it since it looks like it's turning flesh here. I was planning on doing it like a suitably demonic color, red or purple or something like that, and having that fade into the paper fade into the purple one. So it looks like it's actually becoming flesh at that point. Or tangible at that point, I guess. Okay, let's see here. Did we ever get that piece? No, we did not, because we got sidetracked with the paint not being viable anymore. Let's get that cut in there. Okay, that one's covered up. Got the tune stuck in your head now. It was worth it. That was something I never watched. I mean, it was a little before or a little after my time, I guess. Um, but it apparently it's definitely made an impression on a lot of people because the Goonhammer guy started breaking into the song when he was discussing one of the specials on the card. Can't remember which one it was. Do we have that handy? Was it Take a Look, maybe? Something Take a Look in a book or something like that? Was it from Map, however it's pronounced? Was that the one? You have to show him the cards and see if he can point it out to you. I think it's Take a Look. I could be wrong, but I think that's the one. But like I said, when they started discussing that ability, they just both broke into song. Take a look. It's in a book. It's a reading rainbow. Yep. Okay. Take a look. Again, they continued to do their pop culture stuff, taking and modifying pop culture for weird or for Malifaux. Awesome. Oh, really? He has a grown-up version? I didn't know that. I have to watch it. Oh man, it was so good seeing him in Picard season 3. He was one of my favorite characters. Him and Data and Worf were my favorite characters. I didn't expect him to be such a stick in the mud for rules, though. Because he was on the Enterprise too, and they're quite used to bending the rules there. So it's kind of funny seeing him be such a stickler for rules in Picard 3. Shoot. Doesn't show the cuffs on her pants. I think we'll just kind of leave them the way they are for right now. I actually kind of like them the way they are. But they'll either be a lighter color or a darker color, one of the two. So we can work with that. Could have been really obscure. They reference between the lines about maybe lines that run a library. Just watch that. Oh, okay. I don't remember that one either. Okay, let's get some shading in here. I'm gonna do a little bit of this. We'll do some thousand suns down in there. Oh. We already did thousand suns. What was I thinking? We'll do some Adriatic blue. We'll do some highlighting. Whoops. I forgot my color scheme already. Okay. Bookworm swarms. Ooh. That would be kind of freaky. Uh-oh. That was Captain Sneezy Pants, folks. Sounds like we might be getting another thunderstorm. Okay. I'm gonna get this. This is kind of like a mid-light. Start cutting that in here. Kind of blend her around. Okay, get that kind of wrap there. Around that corner a little bit here. Not fully, just a little bit. And catch a little bit down in here. Okay. One more coat there. I think it needs it. We're going to go back to our original Thousand Suns and cut that line back. Okay. And then we'll just go straight to Adriatic. We may have to get another like blend between those two, but I feel like we can probably go straight to this if we do it like thin. Here. Blend that back out just a little bit here. Okay. Kind of getting it where I'm wanting it. What we'll probably end up doing on this is once we get this where we want it, once we got some of the other stuff where we want it, we'll do a gloss slash matte coat And then we can kind of do our freehand work with impunity. We won't have to worry about messing up the pretty blue underneath. Does that sound like a winner chicken dinner, folks? He take dinner. I take a chicken dinner for sure. Yeah, I need some chicken. You know what I miss? I miss normal sized chickens. Chickens that are not 7 and 8 pounds. I miss those. I miss the little 3.5, 4 pound birds. Because you cannot fry those big 7 pound birds. At least not like I fry things. They're either burnt on the outside or they're raw inside. So I hate it. I like the little bitty birds. 200 talk about fried chicken. Sorry. Her tunic almost matches my blue glasses. Really? These are kind of green actually. Oh, not in that light. Okay, fair. I gotta tell you, I'm so glad you picked this color up. It's one of my favorite colors. I love this Adriatic blue. Okay. Too much water. Too much water. Trying to blend the chesticles in a little bit. Yikes, got a piece of garbage in there. That's cool. Love getting garbage in there when you're trying to do a blend. Gotta say, for an Asian woman, she's fairly heavy up top. Go. Blend it in a little better. Let that dry a little bit because it is very wet right now. We can work on the collar here a little bit, or try to when my brush cooperates. I do have another brush on the way. I picked up a artist opus to see how those work, but unfortunately I forgot they are an English company. So guess what? It's coming from England, UK. So no telling when the hell this brush is going to get here. I guess I should be happy they only charged me $4 shipping to come from the UK, but there is no telling when to get here and if I'm going to have to pay some sort of import duty or some stupid crap for it. So I went ahead and ordered a Winsor Newton from Amazon, crossing my fingers, but I figure if I get it from Amazon Prime, I can return it if it's garbage, which I fully expect it to be. But it could surprise me. Maybe it won't be a bad brush. Just not had real good luck with Amazon brushes in the past. Any brush bought from Amazon. Bald Man of Malifaux has arrived. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's back in here and make a little correction. I'm going to add just a smidge that periscopes to this. He's talking about Damien. He picked up Damien, or ordered Damien during my last stream. Yeah, it could have been Dashel, I guess. Yeah, you had it right there in your answer. Look at there. You're on the right track. I wasn't thinking about Shenlong. Good Lord. He didn't even cross my mind. Poor Shenlong. Poor Shenlong. He wasn't even a thought in my book. Mm-mm. Ah, we got it on the cuff. Damn it. We didn't want to do that. We might be leaving those cuffs the way they are. I was kind of hesitant to do this, putting the wash on the pants right now, because we still have the kimono tunic or whatever it is. There's a word for it, but I don't know it. I have to check with Deke about it, because he knows all the terminology for the clothing, fashion, and name conventions. But yeah, I was kind of hesitant to put that on because we hadn't finished the tunic portion, but I want to go ahead and be drying, and I think we can finish the tunic without making any boo-boos. We'll still have to figure out those shoes, the footwear, calf wear. But yeah, start getting those legs ready to go. I actually think we do need to bring that brightness on the tunic up onto her shoulders a bit. Bring that up a little bit from there. Yeah, Nicodem. Yeah, I don't know, with the scope of the creep, you could probably play Nicodem now without being overly tipped. He might even be kind of considered weak now. There we go. I think that's kind of where I'm wanting it. Oh, how many boxes you need to get for the zombie options? Yeah. Well, if you're dipping into rezzers anyways, you're gonna need the the box with Asura in it anyways, because she's a pretty solid model. So you're going to get your mindless zombies that way. Who else are you going to need? I think brain's not working right now. But yeah, it probably would be a pretty expensive keyboard. Gravediggers, that's another solid one. Yeah. I was really surprised to see McMorning did not get the Rotten Harvest box. I kind of almost assumed he was going to get it, and then saw it was Von Stuck, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, wow!" Gravedigger's box is the first one that told me that Malifaux was not afraid, or Weird was not afraid of butts, because he had that dead butt sticking out the side of the cart. I was like, "Oh wow, that's great! It's a beautiful detail." And then I saw, of course, the young Raiders, or whatever the hell they're called, the young LaCroix or whatever, for Ophelia. Oh, hey. Captain Sneezy Pants says hi, folks. Hi, and pet me. Let's see here. Speaking of, my first in-person opponent flaked out on me last week. Oh no, that's a bummer. Like I can't say much because I've been flaky over the years myself a lot. Not as much with gaming, but just for general visits and stuff, I've been real flaky. The good thing is, there's always Vassal. You don't have to be without your games, right? Who were you playing? And I can't remember. You're local, aren't you? Spill Paint Pots, or Georgia located, local. An hour outside of Augusta. Okay, never mind. It's Spill Paint Pots. I think that's local, or local-ish. Augusta's not horrible far, but still a good bit of ways from my area. It was going to be McMorning versus Ravenclaw. Ooh, that'd have been an interesting team up. Yeah, would have liked to see how that went. I'm going to be probably coming to Augusta not too long myself for some RC racing once I get my techno up and running. Okay, then we're going to try and that overlap where the tunic overlaps. We're going to try and catch that now. We got a lot of interruptions here with those buttons, so see if we can get it. Yeah, I think we're probably just going to put a dark line on the other side of it just to help it pop a little more. You need some of that periscopes, I think. And a little right down here. Can, okay. Yeah, that's got it to pop a little bit. Okay. Let's get some more of these wrinkles cut in here. Once we get this kind of where we want it, then we're gonna do a little edging on that blue to pull it up exactly where we want it. We'll do it with some a little bit of white mixed into the old Adriatic. We catch something we weren't supposed to. We had another one of those brush going where it's not supposed to moments. I think it's okay. I think we're all right. We missed it. I tell you, these glasses are great for seeing up close, but boy, if you aren't careful with your brush because of that offset in them, like if I'm holding the brush here, it's actually, quite a bit different from where I expect it to be. So you gotta be careful with these glasses. Make sure you're in frame before you ever get that brush near the model. Assembly is way more fun than painting. Maybe, I guess. I mean, it is for you, obviously, not for me. Especially not this dude. This thing and the other pieces that go with it. Oh man, I was calling it all sorts of names. The main thing is I thought this down here was one piece, and then it was like 3 pieces to wrap around, and I was trying to figure out how they went together because there's a nice index key on this piece and this one, right? But there's no indexes up here on this piece for where it attaches to the book. I'm just like, I'm losing my mind trying to get that piece set in there right. And that was after figuring out that this was actually 2 pieces down here. I did go to the exploded diagram for that one. I was like, oh, those 2 pieces are supposed to be down there. Okay, so it's not 4 pieces going around. All right, let's get some Adriatic with some white. Lost the clone arm for Shatterpoint for an hour and a half last night. It was literally the last piece from the box not assembled. It fell into place and put it perfect. Oh wow. Well, listen. No, I can't find it. It's a little bitty piece. It's about this big, right? The bracer that went on the lion's arm, or not the bracer, but the actual left arm from the shoulder joint forward, which his shield attaches to. I lost, couldn't find it anywhere, and I was like, I think I remember snapping this off, but it's nowhere to be found. And I called their customer service line and asked them, and they're like, yeah, it's a limited edition model. So we literally have 0 copies of it in the warehouse. Otherwise, we'd send you the part, no problem. But they're like, he'll be re-released separately without the blade guard in a few months. He couldn't give me a timeline. And I was like so disappointed that, my client was going to be, behind on his model because I lost this piece. And I was trying to think of ways I could, hack another arm on there. But it's a centerpiece model. It's not something you want to just blob something on there, right? So I happened to go to the restroom a little bit later, a few hours later, after I'd already torn this room apart, and went to the restroom, and lo and behold, something stuck in the bottom of my foot, and it was that little arm. It had bounced all the way back there into the bed and into the bathroom, over 25 feet away from my desk. So it was crazy. I was so happy to find it, but I was like, how in the world did it bounce into the bathroom? They really look good. I'm very, very tempted to go with the Shatterpoint stuff myself. I mean, it's Star Wars first and foremost. So yeah. You film way more by the fog. Yeah. Makes sense. Mm-mm. Did I clip it off with the lines? Well, I mean, I'm a little bit monkey-handed sometimes, but I mean, it was just these little clippers here, man, and it snapped off with enough force to go 25 feet. The main thing is I didn't realize it had snapped off and gone, that it could have gone that far. I figured with hitting tile I would have heard it, and I didn't. So I mean, I didn't even think to look there. I tore this whole area apart and all around it, like 10 feet into the room, and got out the vacuum cleaner with a knee high stretched out over the head, so it would vacuum stuff up to it, but wouldn't go in the bag. Didn't find nothing but little bits of sprue that I had no use for, and I was losing my mind. I was so upset about losing it. Lost head for Optimus Prime. 3 months to get to me. Oh no. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's rather funny how things like that just sometimes disappear, and then you'll just find them. Just poof. Okay. Directly underneath the Dory closet, got very light. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. We don't want to go quite so bright there. Let's go with the slightly darker version here on this. So, have you played Shatterpoint? Do you like how it plays, or are you just building the models currently? My understanding is it's a little bit like MCP, but there's still differences in it. Okay, I think we're pretty almost done on the blue. Just a couple little more highlights on the sleeves and stuff, and then we'll call the blues done, and we can start working on some of the other stuff here. My thumb palette looks pretty today. I like those blues. Okay, gonna come back and do a little bit right here. Okay, let's see. Is that toned down enough there? Just a little bit there. In the center of that knot area. You decide to paint some MCP tonight. Nice. I mean, since that's what I just mentioned. Does that game Shatterpoint play similar to MCP? Or have you played MCP to know? I've actually not played it either. I've got the rules and I've looked over it, but I've not actually played it. Okay. I think that blue's done. Maybe just a smidge more darkness up here. Here we go. Yeah. I was asking because you had mentioned Shatterpoint. I was asking, is it similar to MCP in gameplay? I think that blue looks pretty good. Yeah. All right. Two. You're painting the belt now. Her fanny pack, because that's definitely 100% what this is. Sorry, Lynn. It is 100% a fanny pack. You just need to own it. Own up to owning one. You have yet to play Shatterpoint, but the rules seem a bit heavy to get into once you get the keywords and the attack defense effect things down. Should be two different. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if they're going to have like an online resource for the cards and the tokens and stuff, because I'd really like to try it, and I've got so many Star Wars STLs that I could work with just to try it first. Plus, I'm sure with it being similar in scope and all to MCP, they'll probably have a what's the word, tabletop simulator version of it before too long, so you can play it on there. But until they do, I was thinking, print me up some miniatures and do it. Give it a try if they have the online resources available. Been a lot, yeah. Not surprising. I know it made a big splash at the local stores here too, or the two big local stores, Meeple and Giga. Giga, they all had costumes on and everything for it. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to decide if I want to get into it now, because I don't want to get into it after it's huge. Like MCP, I waited too long, right? And it just got so overwhelming. I didn't want to try and do the thing where I had to collect the whole damn range like I did with Malifaux. I mean, I know no one's holding a gun to my head, but you kind of feel like that when you're playing catch up, that you have to have it all. Okay. That kind of cut in there. A couple places it was thin. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And plus, he's just a cool looking model. Gonna come in with a little bit of this leather brown and some forest skin. We're getting close to the old 6 o'clock, aren't we? Currently painting the new MODOK. Cool. That's a neat model. I mean, they're all neat technically, but bit on the front of this belt here. Give it some twisting action lines there. Probably going to need to come in and put a little bit of wash or ink in between this and the tunic to get some contrast. To get, more separation. So we may do blue. I think we'll do blue rather than black and see how that works. Yeah, I like that better than the black. Black would have just been way too intense. So, yeah, blue it is. All right. I think that gives it enough separation, especially once I drop the sand color on there to be all right, I think. Yep. Okay, let's see where we're going here. Okay. Get some sand. Actually, we can go with the foreskin first, then some sand. Let's do that. Let's do that. Building up a little weathering here. All right, now we'll get the bone color out, or the sand color out. I call it bone. I don't know why. I guess it's close to that Ushabti bone from that other company. We can get a little bit of brown and black and kind of work some recesses in there. Okay. I get. Oh, sorry. Kind of. Dark Saber. Have a great night. Thank you for hanging out with us. I do appreciate it. Maybe just a smidge more. This little shadow here. Whoop. Okay. That's pretty good. We'll have to add a little button here in a second. I hope to see you again. Like I said, I'll be back week after next on Wednesday. Wednesday's my normal times. First and third Wednesdays of the month. This is just a sneaky stream to switch up for Eleanor. But we have streamers 2 days a week, every week. So even if I'm not here, it'll be another good stream, another good painter. Okay. So got that fanny pack done. We can work on the scrolls, which we're going to basically use the same color we just used on them. Sand color. Yep. She's all celebrating. Celebrate good times. Come on. Yep. Now you guys know why I don't do karaoke. I'm going to do it in several codes, so it's going to take a bit to get the bass down for this. Because this paint can be chonky if you don't do it right. See, I got to touch up the sleeve again. See, that blue went too far down on that sleeve again. It's not super clearly defined, so we'll have to work on that. Getting that pretty. Working her lower sleeves. Probably tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, next week. Week after next. Jeez, my ninny. I'll get it straight in a minute. I promise. Yes. If anybody watches or has watched Manifest, they finally finished the series up. They got this part 2 of season 4 out. Watched it over the last couple of days. They sort of managed to wrap it up. I mean, the wrap up was good, but how they got there was kind of weird. But I guess if you've been watching Manifest for 4 seasons, you know it gets weird. Overall, though, I think it was a pretty good ending. I was glad that they Netflix picked it up for the final season. I was really surprised that they didn't, because NBC's never been very good about continuing series. But when they got renewed for season 3, I was like, oh wow, okay, this is great. They're gonna keep this baby going. And of course, then they fail bombed on season 4, and I was like, naturally. Okay, just about got those base coated. Like 11 billion coats later. It's going to be interesting trying to stain these. I may actually, instead of staining, I may just try and push some darker color back there toward the sleeves. Because if I do a wash, washes can get out of control very easy. So I don't want to splash all over the pretty blues there. 11 billion even. Yes, this is a very precise number. 100% scientific research was put into that. Man, my ears are ringing hard today. What is going on? Mm. Mm. We're going to be doing a gloss coat and a varnish on this matte, so I can probably get away with using Rhinox hide if I can find it. Come on, Rhinox, where are you? There you are. This is a paint I can control, but it is super shiny, so we're going to be putting the matte varnish on there. For doing the freehand, it won't matter. I'll be running this down on the lower portion. Okay, that's good. Let's give me a little bit to work with around the corners here, and then we'll actually put some wash on the upper portion. But I just kind of wanted to be able to control where it meets up against that blue a little bit better. It is still thin, but it's a little more under control than the wash is. And it coats better. Oops. Sorry, I know you guys can't see that. I'll get back to it as soon as I can. Okay, there we go. I did not do back in there. Hang on. Hang on. Go. Okay. Ooh, is it that time? Ooh, we're only 10 minutes away. It is almost that time. Goodness gracious. It got so quiet. I was just kind of absorbed in my own little world here. Sorry. You guys got to keep me awake, folks. All right, just about done with this portion here. You may find I've worked on this model a little bit between now and then. We'll see. I got so many other models to work on. It's probably not going to happen, but it's a possibility. I may have done a little bit of work on this one before our next stream. So just done in the interest of trying to make sure that I finish the model stream, or try to anyways. But if you're there, folks, that little willow link leads you to all my social medias. Likes and follows are free. It would be very cool if you could do that. Most appreciated. Like, and yeah, gonna do a couple more minutes here, and then we'll get her going. Where is? That's flesh wash. We don't want that. We don't want red. We don't want gray. Where in the heck is the brown? I had it here the other day. Blue. I'm seeing every color but the brown for my washes. Why is my brown missing? I just had it here the other day. I don't know what happened, but we'll open up the big pot if we can get it open. All right, I'll drag a little bit out of here. Ooh, well, we may not be using that after all. It's all globbed up on the bottom. We'll have to give this sucker a good shake. So I think we're out of luck for wash tonight. Wow. I've never seen this stuff settle before. Sculptural medium now? That could be. I may need to put a, ooh. All over my hands now. I may need to put some beads in it and put it on the shaker machine, let it go. So that's a bust. That's a bummer. I was hoping we could get that wash going at least, but since we can't. What else can we do? Well, we could paint the little jade balls. Maybe we could do that in her hair. We got a few minutes. I keep feeling wetness on my shoulder, like I thought I maybe slung some of that stuff on it, but I don't think I did. This is just kind of like a test to see if this kind of comes off as that kind of milky jade. I'm going to end up covering over it once I start doing the highlights in the hair anyways. But yeah, I think this color, Sybarite green, is just perfect for that milky jade color. And looks good in the hair too, I think. So both those beads will be the Sybarite green, I think. We'll have to add some white to it for the highlights. Ooh, big old hunk of garbage there. Let's get that out. Yeah, pretty good. I like that. Nice to hit that color on the first try, right? We'll probably bring it down to the Cabalite green, kind of like in the shadows. But definitely this Sybarite green is the pale milky jade color that we're looking for the bulk of the bead. I like that. And it looks good against the hair too, I think. Or at least against the black of the hair. Once the brown highlights in it are in, I think it'll still look fine. Yeah, I like that. We did her face and got colors blocked in. We got the blue basically done. Well, the base blue. What we're going to be doing next stream, finishing up some of the other details, but then we're going to be doing some freehand design work in this tunic. I don't know how crazy we're going to get because of all those folds, but we may do at least something like kind of here on the edges, this edge and this edge, do like some little square done into diamonds type thing. I've seen it done before in some of the Asian restaurants and stuff like the lattice work that they tend to have built up around archways and stuff. That's what we're going to go for on those things, I think. But anyways, thank you for hanging out with me. Again, my Willow link is just down there. That has my social medias on there. If you would like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's all free. Doesn't cost you nothing. Be a lot cooler if you did. And I will see you Wednesday after next. However, tomorrow we will have Eleanor